Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to do just a quick little look around my sewing machine and tell you what make it is, and then I want to show you how to do a little bit of free motion stitching. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to show you how I started and a few little bits that I've made, and a quick little demo on how I do it. I'm not a seamstress or anything like that. My machine is solely for crafting, whether that's with material, with paper, or whatever I can sew with. So that's why I have this one. Now, I was lucky enough to be gifted this sewing machine by the lovely Susan from SHYsArt. So it is just amazing. I just couldn't believe it when she sent me this beautiful machine. It's fantastic. So Susan has a YouTube channel. She also has an Etsy shop, so I'm going to pop the links down below, so please do go and take a look. She designed a watercolor palette, so it is fantastic. So please do go and have a look at that as well, because it's a fantastic gift for somebody for Christmas. So if you know somebody or yourself that does watercolor, it's perfect. And she's got all sorts of digital kits and all sorts of things in her shop, so do have a look. It's well worth having a look on there. So I will pop the links down below. So this is the machine. Now this is a brother. It is, I probably can't see this properly, but it's FS70WTX. Now I'll pop the link down below. This one came from Amazon Spain. But I know you can get it in the UK. I'm not sure, I couldn't find the exact model on Amazon.com, which is the American one. But I did put a link to one that's very similar. But it's lovely. It is really, really lovely. So we've got about 70 stitches, different stitches on here, which I have done a little sort of attempt at doing a few on there, which are amazing. So look, this one is a leaf on here, but it looks a bit like a holly leaf, so that would be lovely at Christmas if you did that in green and red berries. We've got some leaves down there, we've got some lovely hearts, so it's got some fantastic stitches on there. I haven't actually attempted to use any of these yet. I only use these sort of like straight stitch or the zigzag stitch. But I think I should be venturing in a little bit more, because look at these are fantastic, aren't they? Especially on the edge of your journal covers or your pages. I think they're fantastic, so they're really, really lovely. So we have the speed here. This is the needle goes up and down. This one goes backwards and forwards. Not 100% sure what this one is. And then this little bit here is obviously you set the stitches, so whichever one you want, whatever pattern, and these are the size of the stitches and the length, so that's really, really good. Now the cotton that I use is this one here. Now I bought this in a big pack. I think there was lots of different colors, which were I think it was 40. So these are the ones that I use, and I just obviously pop them at the top. But because I'm going to do some motion stitching in a minute, I've actually got one of these great big cone ones. Now these don't fit on the top, so what I did, extra sort of stand things, which you pop on the back, and that just holds your cone. I'll set that up better in a minute. So that just holds your cone, so you can use a bigger one, and it's a lot more cheaper. So it's a lot more cost effective really, but these come in some fantastic colours. I also treated myself to some bobbins, so these are nice little multicolour ones. Obviously I use the browns and the creams and that more, but you know, when you want the odd colour, these are fantastic, so they're really good. It also comes with all sorts of little extras. Now because I'm not a seamstress, I'm not really should look up and see what they all do. I will eventually. This is the foot that I normally use, but I've got the free motion one on here as well, so it comes with a huge amount of extras as well in there. the needles that I use, this is what came with it. Now this is a number 14, so that's what the needle that I have in there at the moment. Now a 14, I believe, because here they come in 70, 80, 90 and 100. They don't sort of like come in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 here. So I looked it up, and a 14 is a 90. So I use obviously a 90, so that's a 1 here. But if you're going to use it on some paper, I would use a thinner one. So that would probably be a 70, or I believe it's about 11 or 12. But in general, I do use the 90, which is the 14, and I use it on the paper. I use it on everything. So that's how I go. So I think it's just perfect, because on the paper, like this, that's how it sticks. That's how I do the little pockets, and it just stitches perfectly on there. I think it's really good. So it's quite a multifunctional little needle for me anyway. So that's really good. So I need to practice with some of those and figure out what they do. But that's it really. I've got this one as well because I did like the extra bit here. So it's got the extra table on it, which just slots in, and it makes it so much easier to use. And it's obviously got a ruler on here, but I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Still learning, obviously, but this is the one I have. I'll pop the link down below. So what I would like to do, I just want to show you what I have been up to. Now I have been doing some free motion stitching over the last few months. These are the sort of bits that I've been trying to sort of teach myself, which are great. Now these are some bits. I did a sort of butterfly here as well with some little twirly bits around. So these are great to start with. It's got the bits of fluff off. Really interesting to do. Now this one here, I'm hoping you can see these. I've used scrap fabric underneath, and then you use it like a little bit of sort of like tulle to go over the top, and I've sandwiched it between, and then I just went round with pink cotton to hold it down, and then I did sort of like a little flower over the top like that. So that's like a free motion flower, and I think it came out really nice. I suppose you could probably use that as a journal cover. So it's really good practice just to use up your scraps and have a little go at anything like that. And these ones here, I did it on some shiny fabric. Now I have got some interfacing on the back just to make the fabric harder, so you've got something to go under the machine and hold. But these are scrap fabric under here. I've got some little flowers on there, and these ones I've just sort of like made up scrap bits and gone over the top, and I think they look really pretty. If you don't want a big one, then you can just cut these off and use them, back them onto some paper for journal cards, pop them on top in the front of a journal, like a journal cover. But I think they look really good. So that's about as far as I've got with that, but I just wanted to show you how I do it. So I'm going to move the camera, and I'm going to change position just so you can see this bit, so I can give you an idea of how it works and how much fun it is. So I will see you in a sec. Okay, so I am back. Now I've gone in quite close, so I'm hoping it's close enough, or not too close, for you to see. I've got the free motion foot on there. I've got the little teeth so they're down. There's a little button at the back that you just slide across, and it takes the teeth down. So another thing, when you want to use it as a normal machine and want the teeth up, if you push the button across, they don't automatically lift up. When you start sewing, they will lift up. So I did panic to begin with because I thought I got them stuck, but once you start sewing again, they will pop themselves up. So that's a good thing. So what I have done here, I've got some calico here, which I have backed with a stiffener, a liner on here, the sticky back line. I can't remember what it was called. And then what I've done, I've cut out two got 3 little sort of rough circles on here, which I have backed with heat and bond, and stuck that down. This is the heat and bond that I use. I got that off Amazon, and I've just stuck 3 little random sort of circles that I've cut out because I just want those as the flower heads. Now I've got a big piece of fabric, and you could probably do 2 on here, but you want a bigger bit so you can hold it and not get your fingers in the way. So what I'm going to do, you want to pop your fabric in here like that. I'm going to start upside down because I like to do it upside down because I like to do get the little stems going up this way. I find it a little bit easier than going back downwards. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the top thread, I'm going to pop the needle down, oops, make sure your foot's down, and then you pop it down and pop it back up again, and then that will bring up your thread from the bottom, the bobbin thread. So you want to pull that through so it doesn't get tangled up underneath when you're moving everything around like that. So get into the right position that you want to be in. Find your foot pedal. I'm a little bit of a funny angle, but let's see how this goes. And then all I'm going to do, I've got this setting on sort of like the middle, so it's not too fast and it's not too slow. And then all I'm going to do is just move it up. Now before you go too far, cut the little bit of thread off like that because you don't need that. Just come up to your first flower and then do whatever you like. I'm just going to go round in like a little spiral like this, just around, move it around, just so you've got like a little rose shape in there like that, and back around again. Just so simple. And then I'm going to go back down the step again. You can go straight, you can go wibbly wobbly. Now this is the piece of thread there. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I had to go and have a drink. I had a little tickle in my throat, and then my battery ran out, and then I kicked the stand. So that was a bit of a palaver. So let's start again. So I've gone back down again. So now I'm just going to move it. You don't have to move it because you can keep it straight. I'm just going to do it because I do find it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to go along the bottom, just a little bit of a wiggly line. And then you can go back again. This is just sort of like, just to make sort of like a little base at the bottom, like the earth or something like that. Which I mean, you can have a little bit of grass. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to go and do this flower now. So we just go up, go around the edges, whichever way you want to go. Round in a little spiral, back the other way, just and then back down again, just like that. You can make the little stem as thick or as thin as you like. And I'm going to just do this bit of a flower here, all the way up, round in a circle, round in a little spiral, and back out. Just do a little few leaves going down and then back down your little stem like that. And then I'm going to do a few little leaves. really is like just drawing with your machine. Now again, you don't have to do it with black cotton, you can do it with any colour you like. But to show you like this, I quite like it in black because it really stands out. Oh, did I just break my thread? I think I did. Just broken my thread. I think maybe I was going too fast. Now let me show you how I thread the machine in. Go back through there. Now I hope you can see this because it's got one of those little automatic thread things which I didn't show you before, which you pull this down, hook it round that hook and then bring that forward. I hope you can see this, and then I lift this up and it just threads the machine lovely like that. There we go. I didn't show you that before, did I? So that was a good chance if I can get that through. Let me just chop this and we can start again. Okay, where were we? Let's do a little leaf. So let's do a leaf at this side. Pop that down, pop your thread down, your needle down. And then what we want to do is just pop that back up again and bring the bobbin thread through like that, and then pop your needle back down again, and you can just start sewing. I'm going to chop this off so we don't get into a big mess. I just think these are so lovely to make. There we go, a little bit more along the bottom, a few more little bits of grass maybe coming up through. And there we go. Sorry, it's probably quite noisy, isn't it? But you can just see what I have been doing there. I think that looks really, really lovely. I hope you can see all of that. But such fun, and wouldn't that look lovely on the front of a journal? I think that is really, really lovely. So there we go, guys. That is my attempt at showing you how to do free motion stitching. Really, really simple one. So all you need is some little bits of scrap fabric, a little bit of stiffened fabric. This is interfacing, that's what I was trying to think of what it's called. So it just stiffens the back, so you've got something harder to hold on to. People do use embroidery hoops, and you can get special hoops to do it, but to start off you just need a little bit of interfacing or a little bit of stiff fabric, and just keep going. Just start, because it's great fun. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can see that. Let me just take a look. Yes, you can. Thank you for joining me. Please stay safe, please give it a go. A big thank you again to Susan from SHYsArt for my fabulous machine. I'm just loving it, and I will have an attempt at trying out the other feet that it comes with, and let you know how I get on with those. Alright guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.